Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gisetta and today we're going to be playing Lara Croft's Home. Now, in the original Tomb Raider 1 Remastered, I did go through the entire level, doing the main core level of the Tomb Raider series, as well as the DLC for Tomb Raider 1, which is Unfinished Business. So, unfortunately, I didn't do Lara's Home, which was my bad. I should have done that first. But now I'm actually going to do it. And from now on, videos are going to be half an hour long, and any finales within any Tomb Raider games, or any games in general, will be an hour-long episode. So, we're going to now go dive into Lara's home and see how things have changed with Asfa's new remodernized graphics and compare them to the OG graphics that we all know and love and have grown up with. So, without further ado, we're going to dive into Lara's home and explore her wondrous mansion.
Welcome to my home. I'll take you on a guided tour.
Wow, like hands down, like I can tell a considerable difference as is, right? Um just by looking, like that's her bed apparently, and she's reading some book. What book is this? Vilcabamba, the Lost City of the Incas, eh? But then if you do F1, there's nothing there, right? It's like, okay, so this isn't a bed. What the hell is this, right? You just don't know, right? It doesn't look much. And I find that the graphics with Laura, she didn't have a ponytail. She's got a bun. From what I remember, apparently they tried to do a ponytail and it was not working, so they decided to remove it completely. But Asfa's and Saber's work has considerably improved and made her have the iconic ponytail from all the Tomb Raider series, and up until like
Use the D-pad to go into the music room.
so Tomb Raider 5 is like she has the iconic ponytail, but Tomb Raider 6 she doesn't. The hairstyle changes. And look, like you can see the detail in the artwork. Like, oh my God, I like when I first played this on the old school graphics, like I show you like what was that? I didn't know what that was. It was like a blob. I was like, and what is that? Like some alien thing that she's into? But you see the work that Asfa and Saber put in to the game, right? And they've done a phenomenal job in remastering it. They've added so extra details and made sure every nook and cranny and every corner just had a very detailed like area of display that can just be eye-catching and engaging to the audience and like people playing it. And like look at this, like this library looks very well detailed. I mean, like it shows, it emphasizes like Laura as a character, that she's, you know, she is fond of knowledge and has read countless of books of various ruins and ancient cities. And like if you go on Tomb Raider 1, like the OG graphics, you can't even tell what the hell that is. You can see a chair, but I'm just like, what is that? Right? Empty shelves, but you don't know, right? And then you press like F1 again for the modern graphics, and you can see how much detail there is. I mean, look at the carpet. Like, look how detailed this carpet is. They've obviously have put a lot of thought and effort into this, right? And I applaud them on the work they have done. And as an avid Tomb Raider fan myself, I absolutely love it. Like, if you can see the OG graphics, it doesn't look like much. Now, back then, obviously, when it was released, it was like, this was like top of the line graphics, like hands down, top of the line, right, graphics. But if you were to compare it now, it looked like a potato. And they took something that was so old and treasured and loved, and they turned it into a beautiful piece of art. I mean, like, if I'm walking with Lara, right? This is obviously her living room or like library, I guess. But like here, look at this place, right? This is a fireplace, yeah. So you got your wood, you got the little tools to like, you know, shuffle about on the flames to keep the coal from dying out, so you know the fire doesn't go out. But like this is what it looks like on the modernized, remastered, right, graphics. But then if you go to the OG graphics, the old school graphics, I I didn't see those, yeah. But when I first saw this, I thought it was a bathtub. I kid you not, right? I thought it was a bathtub because the way the floor looked like, right? And the floor was weird, right? And I was like, oh, this looks like a bathtub. But little did I realize it's a fireplace. So now I know it's a fireplace, and that's just had my mind blown completely. Um, and like, look at this, like so much detail. You can see beautiful works of art. I mean, she's obviously an avid art fan and artifact collector, as well as like raiding tombs, extracting knowledge, from various books and tomes, finding out secret lost treasures, and going on adventures, stealing cultural artifacts and keeping it in her mansion because that's what she does. But the table, like I didn't even notice this was a table. Like such beautiful detail with the cloth and the candle in the middle. I mean, like you go OG. I mean, okay, you have it, but it just looks. It's a sprite. Like it's literally just one dimensional and a flat thing, right? But you go on the remaster, they've done some significant work and really have improved how the graphics look overall, just hands down, right? And then yeah, so we're gonna go right into it. Enough of me yapping on, I know.
Okay, let's do some tumbling. Press the jump button. Now press it again and quickly press one of the directions, and I'll jump that way.
Yay, backflip. She never used to be able to do this before. The backflip twist. Um, like backflip and then like change position midair. Um, like I guess they added that. That's a recent addition. And like even this, look how detailed the harp is and the piano, like, and then the works of art here, like, so much detail and love has gone into this. And then when you go to the OG graphics, it's like, oh, like it looks laughable because I'm like, back when I first saw it, I was like, what is that? I didn't know what it was, right? I was like, it's a big blob with more like wires or whatever. But now seeing it in the new graphics, now I realize it's a harp and a piano. Let's see what Lara's got.
Ah, the main hall. Sorry about the crates. I'm having some things put into storage and the delivery people haven't been yet.
So you can see this in Tomb Raider 1. She has like not moved in fully, like boxes everywhere. I reckon those are boxes full of artifacts that she's taken from various tombs and stuff like that. But like you can see how detailed like the staircases, the overall like housing, like the way every like set detailed ingrained within like the stair rail case, the ceiling beams, the chandelier in the middle, and the paintings and the armored knights. And then you press F1, it's like you look at it, it's like, oh, it's floating. It's like a floating chandelier. There's no wire. There's nothing holding it up. It's like a possessed ghost-like chandelier. Like, and you can't see anything. Like, look at these paintings. There's like nothing you can see on these, and the stairs look weird. It's like everything's just like a blob blur. Like, and then you go in the OG, the new graphics, and you can see like how much work has gone into this. You can see so much detail has been put into this. Like it's astonishing. It really is. And then
Run up to a crate, and while still pressing forward, press action, and I'll vault up onto it.
they vault onto it. Okay. Like look, these are like, I guess, times during her exhibition in like various tombs. I don't know what Egyptian tomb that's from. I guess we'll never know. I don't think it's like the time when she was dealing with Natla and the ski on. But and like look at this, like the box has got fragile and it's got like umbrella and then like fragile glass thing shattering. But then if you go in OG, there's nothing there. It's like nothing at all. It's like really just the like it looks like a potato. I'm not throwing shade on the old school graphics, but I'm just showing like the comparison of how how far we've come with technology and graphics these days. I mean, some of the AI stuff, like or like in-game cinematics, are so detailed, right? They are like it's almost like watching a real person. I kid you not. So we're going to go in the main hall.
This used to be the ballroom, but I've converted it into my own personal gym. What do you think? Well, let's do some exercises.
That's crazy. I mean, you converted this from a ballroom into a gym. I mean, girl, you got some time and money on you, I tell you that. But like, if you look at the old school, like you can see there's considerable like changes and graphics and how the textures are. This like the OG is more flat and linear of like how the graphics are. It's just like plain flat, straight to the point. But then also like it's kind of like, oh, okay, I need to go here. You don't really pay attention like to the surroundings, right? But like with the modernized graphics, like you're not only just tomb raiding, you're like looking at the different scenarios in the various maps and then seeing like in the distance what's going on, because like in every level of how much detail and work went into it, like you can actually see in the background there's like a lot of stuff going on, and they say a picture says 1,000 words, and I see that when I look into an outer area using like F3's like camera pan. It's like you can take screenshots with it, right? You can actually see like what the whole place looks like, you know, what detail went into it, what enemies are doing. I mean, yeah, people have used it to cheat, but I used it because I could take screenshots of it, like really cool in-game screenshots to use as my thumbnails. And it's phenomenal what they've done.
I don't actually run everywhere. When I want to be with the walk button down, I
Oops,
won't fall off even if you try to make me. Go on, try it.
that just sounds like
If you want to look around, press and hold the look button, then press in the direction you want to look.
sorry, my bad. Um, yeah, it's funny. We'll get this little puzzle, not puzzle, but like little gym mission thing out of the way.
If a jump is too far for me, I can grab the ledge and save myself from a nasty fall. Walk to the edge with the white line until I won't go any further. Then press jump immediately, followed by forward, and while I'm in the air, press and hold the action button. Press forward and I'll climb up.
I mean, this is like,
If I do a running jump, I can make a jump like that, no problem.
I like it's like, look at this. Like, if I go to the old graphics, just wow. Like, you don't think much of it when you first played Tomb Raider when it came out, like on the PlayStation 1 or PC and all that, right? But I gotta give it to remasters. They've just done a hell
Walk
of
to
a
the
job.
edge with the white line until I stop. Then let go of walk and tap backwards to give me a run up. Press forward and almost immediately press and hold the jump button. I won't actually jump until the last minute.
Okay, that was weird.
Right, this is a really big one. So do a running jump exactly as before, except while I'm in the air, press and hold the action button to make me grab the ledge. Nice.
Sorry if I'm quiet. I'm actually doing the jump puzzles that she's got.
Try to vault up here. I can't climb up because the gap is too small. But press right and I'll shimmy sideways until there is room. Then press forward. Tap backwards and I'll jump off backwards. Immediately press and hold the action button and I'll grab the ledge on the way down.
I mean, during this jumping puzzle, like, well, her jumble gym, I suppose you can say. It's obviously for her to train up and keep fit and all that, but it's just
Let's
beautiful.
go for a swim.
Okay, we'll go for a swim. Like, look at this. This is so beautiful. Like, I remember this just
The
being
jump
plain.
button and the directions move me around underwater.
Okay. Like, even the plant work. Look at that. I mean, like, if I go to here, if if I go to a plant here, right? See, look how much detail and beauty that is. And then you press F1. That's nothing. Like, look at that. Like, the plants aren't even all that. They're just weird sprites that like face one direction sort of thing, but they look like they're constantly these images are like sprites. Well, they are sprites. Like, it basically is like an image that's just facing you. So like whatever direction you're facing, it's always constantly facing you. I always find that weird because it was like kind of creepy, especially if it was like with enemies, like dead enemies that look like they're staring at you. Like, stop staring at me, man! You're creeping me out. But you can see like tremendous like difference between the OG graphics and then obviously the new remastered modern graphics, and I like it. I just love it so much. I mean, just the house is so beautiful. It's like it was really exciting to be able to play Tomb Raider again after all these years and be able to play a remaster, which they've taken something everyone's beloved and turned it into just an absolute masterpiece. You know, yeah, I know the game might have a few bugs or a bit of a hiccup, but you know what? No game is perfect. But I think Tomb Raider is perfect as is. Hands down, like literally is. So I'm gonna have a dive in. Whee! And just have a good dive. Lara will have a lovely dive in and out. Like, just having a good swim, good old swim. Swimmy, swim, 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 swim.
Ah, air. Just use forward and left and right to manoeuvre around on the surface. Press jump to dive down for another swim about, or go to the edge and press action to climb out.
Okay. Interesting. I'll have another dive. Like, something that interests me is here as well, right? Is like they've got the bubble effects, yeah. You did have that in Tomb Raider 1. They looked a bit weird with the bubbles, but they've refined it here so it looks more natural like. But what I've noticed in the Tomb Raider games is so if Lara was to get out, she drips. Hold on, let me just do it.
Right, now I'd better take off these wet clothes.
See, like, oh, okay, that's it then. Yeah, that's the end of that. I mean, I know it wasn't long. It was pretty abruptly short, but I will probably show you later on the other levels. Like they have put Tomb Raider 4 graphics in there to like create a drip effect, and the water effects are much improved from like Tomb Raider 4. They've like put it into all the Tomb Raiders. But as I said, thank you for watching. If you do like this content, please click that subscribe button. Please comment and like this video as well. I will do Tomb Raider 2 in the future. There will be half an hour only long videos, and any finales, as I said prior, will be an hour long. Just as a heads up, right? So I appreciate each and every one of you that was being here through my journey, and the fact that I got to play Lara Croft's Manor and experience all the goodness and nostalgic memories that I had once as a kid of comparing the old school graphics to the new modernized graphics that have been reworked and done by Asfer and Saber. So, as the evening closes, I bid you a good afternoon and a good night. Take care, everyone, and goodbye.